What's going on, guys? We are back once again. We're going to be talking about some more Star Wars The Bad Batch. Now, if you guys have not seen the episode, go ahead, click off, come back, and then we'll continue on this. But if you guys don't care or you guys already watched it, let me know your thoughts about it down in the comments down below. But this episode was highly intense, leaving us off right what happened last week, where Crosshair is literally on the heels of the squad, and Hunter's still trying to find Omega. What bounty hunter was it? And we even see where after trying to find wherever Omega went, there is no way to help her at the moment, where we see where Tech even tells Hunter, look, we got to get out of here, because if we don't, what good are we going to be? So he says, okay, fine. So they unfortunately do have to leave the planet, and when they do, we do see where that Omega is now captured in Cad Bane's ship, and of course we see his little droid that he's always has around him. He's having issues trying to get his leg back on, and Cad Bane goes down, tries telling her, okay, look, don't cause no trouble, and she says, well, where am I going? He says, you'll find out soon enough. Then he goes, of course, to his ship deck, going to his comm link, and we see, of course, the Kaminoans are wanting him to meet them at a disclosed location to where they can trade the credits, as well as also Omega. And we see where the Prime Minister sends another one, not the one that has been almost like a mother to Omega because of her connection, and he says to her, when they finally get her back, extract the DNA from her and then terminate her. And then we go back to the squad, and we get to know a lot of information in this episode, where Tech comes to the squad informing them that after going over Omega's DNA, comes to find out she is a first-generation clone. And they said, okay, well, what does that mean? And it says that she's direct, and they're not going to want anything from us because of how special we are, due to the only one that had that enough cloning cells was, of course, the Alpha clone, which aka is Boba Fett. So what we just found out here, guys, is that Boba Fett is pretty much like the brother to Omega, if you want to get a little technical, because this is the reason why they're wanting Omega, because of her connection to Jango, and also I'm assuming she's I was like 7-8 years old at this point, maybe 9. So with the timeline, a little unsure, but again, it doesn't make sense because of her being almost just like Boba Fett. Now, we do see where Omega is able to talk her way out of getting out of the cell, helping the droid, and then once they do, they're able to go through onto a planet where the meeting is going to happen, which kind of looks like City of the Clouds, where we see in Empire Strikes Back with Lando, but then it's again I think it's a different planet, I could be wrong, but we go to where she's able to escape, get her comm link, able to make connection with the squad. They're trying to help her to find out, okay, where you're at, can you do a pinpoint location? Once she does, of course, it does not take Cad Bane long to get her and be able to restrain her once again. And then once this happens, we see a familiar face return when we see a dead Kaminoan, but we also see the return of Fennec Shan. So we see a battle between Fennec Shan as well as Cad Bane, and Omega is able to escape and go into what looks to be a cryopod facility. And by the look of it, it looks like Kaminoans. And when Shinnick is able to find her, she even tells her that I'm the best chance you've got, and she says, well, who's after me? And once it gets revealed that's Kaminoans, that she says, you're better off with me rather than going to them. She says, well, why do you say that? And she says, just think about it for a minute. So her trying to not escape not only one bounty hunter, but now 2 bounty hunters. And we do see where Omega really did shine in this episode, where she used her wits about her from what she learned from the squad and be able to improvise out in the field as well. And we do see where her trying to run, but then we see this battle between Shin and Cad Bane, which was very interesting. And again, Cad Bane is a very cool character. I really do enjoy his character. Fennec Shan returning, I enjoyed her character as well. I think that her coming back was a very good, interesting thing. Now we see a good battle between them. And when this happens, we see where Omega is trying to get to an escape pod, but we see where the same droid is trying to attack her. When she finally is able to get her momentum, be able to get onto the droid, be able to go onto the landing pad, and be able to go onto the escape pod be able to escape. That is, of course, when Cad Bane is informed about the escape pod leaving. So, unfortunately, they do. Finn kind of does win the battle more than once. She does get the upper hand on Cad Bane, and then finally, when Cad Bane is able to try to go after Omega, he's unable to do so because of the ship being sabotaged. And then we see where Fennec Shen's able to leave, and then she gets in contact with the same one that is like a mother to Omega, and she informs her that the clones saved her again, because we do see where the clones were able to save Omega from crashing into wherever due to the I'm assuming the pod was not fully operational because of whatever button she hit, or it's just this old. But as soon as that happens, we do see where the squad is able to recover Omega and be able to escape. And we do see where Fennec Shen informs her, the clones got her, I can continue to go after her, but it's going to be more money. And she says, no, she'll be more safe with them. I will transfer your payment. And she says, well, you know how to find me. So in a way, it was to where Fennec, I think, was hired not only to capture her, but also to protect her, because we all know what the Prime Minister wants, and she does not want that to happen to Omega. And even though that there is still a bounty on her head by the Chameleonians, I think that Fennec is not going to be showing up unless she absolutely is necessary, I think, for the Chameleonians. I don't know. But then we may see more Cad Bane, we may see other bounty hunters as well. But at the very end of the episode, we see where they have a reunion, and Omega's unable to sleep, and she goes up to the cockpit, and her and Hunter have a talk where she's scared to go back. She doesn't want to be a test subject in a cryo tube, and we see where Hunter makes her a promise that that's not going to happen, and she says, but you can't take on the entire bounty hunters and the clones and the Empire, and in a way he pretty much tells her, but I can try. So we do see more of a growing bond between Hunter and Omega, and obviously the rest of the squad, and we maybe see more bounty hunters, but this gives us more clarity of what's going on with Omega, what kind of character she is, and also what the future of Omega is in Bad Batch and even in Star Wars. So I found that to be really interesting. I really enjoyed this episode. I think this was going to be a very enticing, intense, drama-fight episode, but either way, I did enjoy it. I hope you guys did too. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, click notifications so you guys will be aware every time I upload. What were your thoughts about the episode? Who do you think is going to show up in the next upcoming episode? We're on episode 9, so we're going to be going to episode 10. So we do have 7 episodes left. It is going to be about 16, 15 episodes left, I believe. So let me know what you guys think, who's going to be showing up next in the series. Honestly, I'd love to see Cad Bane return. I'd love to see Boba Fett make an appearance. I'd love to see Rex at some point, and I'd even love to see Ahsoka at some point as well. Heck, we may even see Vader at some point. Who knows? Because there's been no indication of there's going to be a season 2 as of yet for the Bad Batch. So let me know what you guys think about it once again. And as always, see you guys on the next one.